everyone, this is Rachel from Atlas Homes, and today we're taking you higher literally. I'm sure by now you all recognize Singapore's most iconic public housing marvel, Pinnacle at Duxton. A sorry 50-story masterpiece in the heart of Tanjong Pagar. You're in the heart of the CBD with 2 MRT stations within walking distance and surrounded by endless dining, shopping and leisure options.
But today, we are not just touring any units. We are touring one of the most expensive HDB units in Singapore that made headlines for transacting for 1.5 million just a few months back in May.
So, we all know why this space fetches $1.5 million. But what sets it apart is also the design inside. Today, we have the creative mind behind this space, Ben, to take us through.
Hello.
Hi, Ben. Nice to meet you again. So Ben, what's your thought process behind designing this space?
My thought process when designing a house is usually I'll try to create a landing area, or we usually call it a foyer for my client. As you first step foot into the apartment, right, you notice that this whole walls is actually cladded with partially with fluted panel and raised coating. So imagine, right, without this feature wall, behind this fluted panel is actually the bomb shelter. So the first thing your guests will notice is this bomb shelter, which is very it can be very awkward and it can be very ugly. So what we did here was we actually create this feature wall that flows all the way from the foyer into the dining and living area as well. So likewise for the other side of the storage as well. You see, notice we have the similar feature that flow all the way from the foyer into the dry pantry area. So behind these panels, right, is actually where my clients store their shoes and other storages.
Now I'm excited to see what you've planned for the living space. Let's go, shall we? Let's go. Ben, I've never seen any floor material like this before. It's so interesting.
Actually, this material is called microcement. So recently it has been very, very popular in this past recent years. The main reason is to actually have this seamless finish and this groutless finish. But of course, with this advantage, right, such as like in terms of maintenance, in terms of the way you're going to wash it, it has its own difficulties as well. Like for example, if you have pets, right, you have dogs and stuff, and then they have certain level of acidic properties in it. So it will actually stain the floor if you don't treat it well.
From pets, are there any other ways that you have to maintain this flooring? Because it's so beautiful.
In terms of the chemicals you use of floor, it must be as small as possible because on top of this cement, there is this protective layer. If you actually use any form of acid or any kind of washing agent to clean the floor, you will actually wear off this protective coating.
Oh, I see. It's special, but delicate as well.
Correct. Anything that looks really good, right, requires a certain level of maintenance. Same thing, right? If you want to look good, you have to maintain yourself.
Chicks. Then this living room feels so inviting, and it seems like there's a touch of nature to it.
Right. So what you're actually feeling is primarily due to the color palette used in this house itself. So you notice like a lot of these warm colors, such as like the warm wood, the old color we use in the house, and also the light color cabinets we use as well. Now, of course, I think most importantly is the lighting and the little decorations my clients put into the house itself. Like we have natural plants and like a little bonsai on the dining table. It actually adds certain level of nature and warmth to this whole space. I think very importantly is whenever we talk about dining space and living space, this is where we actually connect with people. So in this living area, I think it's very important that I always try to emphasize the flow and the usage of the space. Like for example, in this space itself, you notice that we have like storage that flows all the way from the foyer and into the dining space. And in this dining space itself, you notice there's this little counter on your left side, right? So this itself is not only just primarily for your storage, it's also a place where my client place their water dispenser, coffee machine, or even like snacks. I usually call this like the dry pantry. So it's more convenient when they serve, especially when you have a large group of people, a family of friends gather in this space itself. Okay, so after saying so much, are you ready for the highlight of the house?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow.
The view of the city from this unit is so beautiful. I'm jealous.
Just imagine waking up to this every day.
Ben, it seems like the kitchen is a bit smaller than usual, but it doesn't feel that way. How did you achieve this?
So due to the size restriction, this kitchen follows the working triangle principle. So it is designed for efficiency and as well as functionality.
What is the work triangle principle?
It focuses on placing the sink, stove, and the refrigerator. So these three main work areas within a triangular layout. So the goal is to minimize unnecessary movement between these zones, improving workflow and efficiency.
I see. This row of glass bricks seems to add a unique charm to the kitchen. Is it a pure aesthetic decision or is there some functionality to it?
These glass bricks are not merely used to add visual interest, but also strategically incorporated to allow natural light to flow seamlessly through the space. So the light travels from the study room into the corridor and then into the kitchen and back again to the study, ensuring that the entire area remains bright and airy while maintaining a sense of openness and connection.
I love how you considered the interaction between the spaces. This is definitely something I wouldn't have thought of. Speaking of the study room, the view is stunning. When it comes to bedrooms, space always seems to be a constraint. How do you work around this?
So space was definitely a challenge, but I actually reconfigured the bedrooms to balance both the functionality with aesthetics. So every square meter, every inches of the space have its own purpose. For example, the wardrobes are all designed to be full height to maximize vertical storage, and also in the common bedroom next to this master bedroom, I even enlarged the space slightly to fit a four-door wardrobe alongside with a 42-inch TV without compromising on any movement or comfort.
Wow, I see. Rather than letting the small space be a disadvantage, you were able to use features like fluted panels or multifunctional wardrobes to complement the entire aesthetic of the home even further.
I think it is all about finding creative ways to make your space work harder without sacrificing the beauty.
Thank you, Ben, for showing us such a beautiful house. The design is really great and the view is sick.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming over as well. Hope this home tour itself actually give you better insights and understanding of how the layout is being configured and how the house was being done. Of course, the certain level of materials used and finishes being used in this house. I hope this itself will be able to give you better understanding for your future houses and of course your audiences as well. Of course, I hope to see you in our upcoming house tour and then see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. And once again, if you like what Ben has done, feel free to view his profile below and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.